Alex Albon has had an interesting career, starting in F2. Great season there. Came third in the championship. Moved up to Formula One with Toro Rosso. 12 races there. Then moved on to Red Bull, where his career would kind of go downhill. He managed 2 podiums, but at the end of the 2020 season, it was announced Sergio Perez would take his seat at Red Bull, leaving him without a seat in F1, and he moved to the reserve driver role at Red Bull. Of course, he will be driving in a few, we don't know exactly which races, but some rounds in DTM, which stands for Deutsch Tourenwagen Masters. I don't know how you say that. But yeah, DTM is what it's called. But he's not doing every race there, obviously, as a reserve driver with Red Bull in F1. So he's going to kind of be switching out with Nick Cassidy, who is a Formula E driver. Obviously, all the liveries have been announced for his DTM career. But what after that? What is he going to do? Because I don't think he's going to stay in DTM any longer than this year, especially considering he's only doing a few races. So what's he going to do after that? What does 2022 hold for Alex Albon? Well, option number 1, which personally I think is unlikely, is he will be given the Red Bull seat in 2022 after a season in obviously in the simulator and with DTM. Christian Horner gives him the drive in Red Bull again. I'm going to give this a probability rating of 26%. Yeah, that because they have Perez now, and I don't think Albon is better than Perez. I don't even know if any time, 10 years in the simulator is going to make him better than Perez. Perez is such a good driver, such an underrated driver. People, I think, have forgotten how good he really is until last year. People have started to kind of realise he is properly good, and I think Perez is really going to show Albon up when people start comparing Albon's performances with his. And I just think that there's no reason why Red Bull would ever drop Perez as long as he gets like top 5. I mean, I think the only way that Albon gets that seat next year, or 2022, is if Perez has the similar season as to Albon and doesn't get any podiums, barely, just a few here and there in lucky circumstances, and can't really drive the car very well, still a couple seconds off Verstappen in qualifying. Then they'll say, well, what's the point of having Perez if we can just get a younger driver in who actually we can force his driving style into suit that car, and we can kind of build around him for the future, along with Verstappen, not just Verstappen, because realistically that's all the Red Bull have done, is they're building around Verstappen and it's not working. And if they're gonna bring Perez in as this number 2 and he can't do the job they seem to want, that Gasly and Albon couldn't do either, then why would they keep Perez? And I feel like possibly then we could see Albon return, but for now I don't think that's likely. Maybe throughout the season, if Perez starts doing badly, it'll become more likely, but even then, to be honest, I think Tsunoda's higher in the order than Albon, purely because they don't like to, they haven't done it with Gasly or with anyone this year, bring back the old drivers that they did have. So I think if anybody gets promoted from kind of a junior spot into the main Red Bull, it's going to be Tsunoda, and I do think it's much too early for him, but see what happens. I'm going to say first opportunity of back to Red Bull. I'm going to say no. I don't think that's going to happen. What's going to be option 2 for Alex? So then, what do I think he will do? Well, here is my prediction for where Alex Albon will be racing in 2022, and it is possibly a bit of a bold one, but I think he's going to go to Formula E. purely because if there's not a seat in Formula One, if there's not a seat anywhere else, maybe endurance racing or something, but I don't think he's going to want something like that. I think he's going to want something that he can kind of have a stable career in, and I think that Formula E is his best chance at becoming a champion in anything. If you go back 2017 or 2018, after he came third in Formula 2, before he had agreed to join Toro Rosso, he had already, I believe, signed a contract to go and join Formula E. But he just in the end ended up joining Toro Rosso. So I think he will be looking to maybe just follow what he did a few years ago and then finally get into Formula E, where maybe he felt he could have done better. But when you're picking over Formula 1 or Formula E, if you're given a Formula 1 contract, especially at that time, Formula E is growing massively every year. So but I think now Formula E is his best option, and I do think that's where he's going to go. So that's my final prediction. Alex Albon to Formula E 2022. And that's it really. Not back to Red Bull. It's unlikely, at least. He's not gonna stay in DTM forever, especially if he's only doing a few races. So yeah, that's it. Formula E for Alex Albon. Let me know what you think.